So if you've been trying to get more in touch with your feminine energy, then it's likely that if you're in a relationship, you also want your partner to step more into their masculine energy. But the reality is that you can't force it. It's up to them. You can't just yell, be more masculine and have it all work out. That's just not how it works. But we can inspire and encourage our partners to embrace more of their healthy masculine energy and step up in that sort of way. So if you've been wanting your man to take on more of that masculine role, this video is for you. Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Jillz and I help women step into their power, tap into their divine feminine, and transform their lives. So if that's something you want to do, you should subscribe and stick around. Now, real quick, I feel like I need to give a little recap of what feminine and masculine energy is, especially as it pertains to relationships. So remember that we all have both feminine and masculine energy within us, but in a romantic relationship, there's usually one person who tends to take on the more feminine or yin role, and there's usually the other person who tends to take on more of the masculine or yang role. Now, usually, of course, not always, but oftentimes the woman will feel more fulfilled when she takes on the more feminine role in the relationship, and the man will feel more fulfilled when he takes on the more masculine role in the relationship. And I'm talking man and woman here just for simplicity's sake, because that's often how it works, but gender doesn't really matter here. It's all just energy at the end of the day. But so often in society today, it ends up getting reversed. A naturally more feminine woman will end up stepping into her masculine energy because she feels like she has to. And a naturally more masculine man will end up falling more into his feminine nature because he's kind of lost his confidence and his drive to step up. But this creates less fulfilling relationships a lot of the time, and it can lead to a lot of bickering and fighting, and it can cause women to feel really just like stressed out and burnt out and unhappy, and men to feel really unsatisfied and like there's a lack of purpose in their life. So the healthy feminine energy is all about flow, intuition, connecting to her heart, receptivity, openness, feeling her emotions and her feelings, creativity. And the feminine tends to be the one who adds more depth and beauty and specialness to the relationship. I'm sure you've heard this saying before, where it's like he might give her the house, but she makes it a home. The healthy masculine energy is all about structure, single focus, action, logic, being centered, loves a good challenge, being purposeful, having leadership, having a mission, and feeling fulfilled from providing and protecting. A lot of people think providing and protecting just means finances, and of course it can, but this can also mean emotionally and physically as well. So how can we inspire our partners to step more into that healthy masculine energy? That's what we're going to be talking about. But before we get into that, I first want to thank Lily Silk for sponsoring this video and supporting this community. Lily Silk provides affordable investment pieces for your wardrobe. They have literally everything relating to silk, including this silk dress. They also have silk blouses, PJs, silk pillowcases, but they also have amazing cashmere and wool pieces as well. And something I love about them, besides that it's cute, they are environmentally conscious and their items are made from natural fibers, not synthetic. It's naturally hypoallergenic, it feels good on your skin, it's breathable, and it's just high quality. This silk slip dress is so cute. It's a classic. You can wear it for date night, you can dress it up with heels or dress it down with like some nice sandals or even boots in the winter. I'm also obsessed with this pink silk blouse. Of course it comes in tons of other colors, but look at how cute these little pearl buttons are. I love little feminine details like that. You can wear this more casual with jeans or make it a little sexier, but of course this would also be really great for all my corporate girlies out there. And also this merino wool sweater. I love a big chunky sweater, and let me tell you, my skin is so sensitive to itchy fabrics, but that sweater is so comfy, it's not scratchy at all. Right now I love a chunky sweater with like a mini skirt and boots. That's kind of like my look of the season right now, but this would also be so perfect to just throw on with some jeans and sneakers with your hair up in like a claw clip. For the more classic pieces like this, in my opinion, it's always better to buy quality over quantity and get something that actually lasts. And lastly, I also have to mention their silk pillowcases. I just want to show you how nice they are. They are so soft. This natural white color is so gorgeous. Silk pillowcases are actually way better for your skin and your hair. It just does less damage, and it also adds just kind of like a little touch of luxury to your night routine. It's also Piper approved, and she's a bougie little girl, so she knows what she's talking about. So if you want to upgrade your wardrobe, you literally can't go wrong with more timeless pieces. They always look good, and you can style them so many different ways. It's the perfect gift for yourself or for others, and you can use my coupon code Jillz12 for 12% off. Thank you, Lily Silk, and let's get into the rest of the video. So before I talk about anything else, I first have to mention how important it is, if you want your man to be in his masculine energy, You have to be in your feminine energy. Masculine and feminine energy coexist together. They work together. Masculine energy can't exist without feminine energy, and feminine energy can't exist without masculine energy. And that's why when you're around a strong masculine man that you trust, you feel so much more relaxed. You start sinking back into your feminine energy naturally. Well, it's the same in reverse. The more that a woman fully embraces her feminine energy, the more that her man will naturally step into his masculine energy. Now, this by no means that it'll all happen right away. You know, once you step into your feminine energy, he'll just naturally become more masculine and everything will be good. It takes time to shift energy dynamics in a relationship. So if you've been taking on more of that masculine role lately and he just hasn't been stepping up and that's the way it's been for a while, you have to give it some time. But if he hasn't been stepping into that masculine role and you do start really embracing your feminine energy, that means that there's primarily going to be two feminine energies in a relationship. And in a healthy relationship, you need that polarity, you need that difference. But when there's two feminine energies, that means that there might be some clashing. That's okay. My advice is to not let his actions and his energy push you out of your own feminine energy. Meaning that if he's not stepping up into that masculine role, yes, it's our natural instinct for us to do that because there needs to be a masculine energy in the relationship. It's uncomfortable when there isn't, but don't let yourself fall back into that same pattern. Allow yourself to continue to soften and lean back. Stay in your loving feminine energy in the relationship no matter how he acts. And this is not easy to do, especially in the beginning, but this is important. Again, we can't force our partners to do anything. We can't force them to be masculine. It's not up to us, it's up to them. They have to choose to step into that role. And the best thing we can do as their partner is not to push them, but to focus on ourselves and to fully embrace that feminine energy role. I have a whole playlist on feminine energy, so I'm not gonna dive into how exactly to do that in this video, but you can check out my playlist up here or I'll link it down below. I'll also add that, you know, men are visual creatures. When you dress more feminine, when you look more put together, when you show off your beauty, men will oftentimes naturally turn on more of their masculine energy. I think it triggers some sort of like kind of protective instinct or something. I don't really even know. It's kind of funny, but it totally works. I think it's just a visual reminder to him at a subconscious level that you are the feminine energy, and it's a reminder to him for him to step into his masculine energy. So try it. Trust me. The next way to help your man actually step up is to stop nagging and start communicating with love. Nagging doesn't really work. It would be easy if it did, but it doesn't really work. And men don't respond very well to that. Nobody really responds very well to that. So if you're constantly saying, you need to do this, you need to do that, why don't you ever plan dates? Why don't you ever go to the gym? Even if everything you're saying is entirely reasonable, it doesn't really matter because it's not going to improve things. Men who aren't stepping into their masculine energy oftentimes have lost a lot of confidence in themselves. So when you're constantly nagging at him and telling him all the things that he's not doing right, what you're doing is destroying his confidence even more. Because here's the thing, while the feminine energy in a relationship feels the worst when she feels unsafe, unseen, unheard, ignored. You know, this makes the feminine feel really terrible. It's one of the worst things for them. But one of the worst things for the masculine energy in a relationship is when he feels criticized, when he feels shamed or that he's not good enough. To a man who's already low on confidence, nagging comes off to your partner, not that you just want him to take out the trash, not that you just want him to plan a date night. He hears it in his mind as, you're not good enough. You're a failure again, further tanking his confidence even more. Again, if you embrace more of your feminine energy, that means leaning back a little bit. It doesn't mean drilling harder into him. So here's what you're gonna do. You need to start communicating with love. Talk to him like you actually care about him and love him, because you do, or else you wouldn't be with him. When you speak to him about things that you'd like for him to do, things that you'd like for him to step up on, stay in your feminine, stay relaxed, stay soft, stay kind. Don't be aggressive or snarky. Even if you've asked him to take out the trash 5 times already, the answer is not to yell at him and scream, why haven't you taken out the trash? Yes, he might finally take out the trash after that, but your relationship will be worse off in the long run when you communicate this way. Also, another relationship hack that's kind of along the same lines when he's not stepping up. This is a literal cheat code. This works very well. Be playful. Seriously, be playful. Don't be so intense. Communicate in a sensual, playful, relaxed way. This will turn on more of his masculine energy because the feminine is meant to be the more playful energy. So when you are just very intense and naggy and like drill sergeant-y, he's gonna instinctually pull away. Next, something that's crucial if you want your man to step more into his masculine energy is that you have to actually give him the space to step up. to lead, to take action, to make decisions. Sometimes what happens when we want our partners to step up so that we can lean back is that when they finally do start stepping up in any sort of way, we become like very critical and conscious of exactly how they're doing it. And a lot of times we can indirectly start taking over and telling them all the things that they're doing wrong or how they can do things better. For example, let's say you want him to start planning dinner dates more, and he does. He plans a dinner date. Yay. And he says, I made a reservation at that Italian restaurant in the city at 6 p.m. tomorrow. And you say, ooh, Italian? And he goes, oh, okay, I'll change it to Chinese. And you go, really? That place? And he says, okay, how about I take you to that fancy steak place? And you say, but I have nothing to wear to that. So then he goes, fine, you pick, you can plan it. And well, we're right back where we started. You're doing all the work again and he's just leaning back and chilling. And he's definitely not going to be as excited for this dinner date with you because you took that leadership role away from him. That was just a little example, but if you want him to actually step up, you have to let him step up. You have to let him take the lead sometimes and not try to control every little detail. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you need to. We all know that you are a very capable woman. Every single girl watching this video, we all know that you're a very capable woman. I know it. He knows it too. You don't need to prove yourself in any way. You don't need to handle everything all the time. Let him take care of some things. Let him do some things his way. This will help to build his confidence and tap more into his masculine energy. And the more he does this and it feels good to him, this is important, the more that this sort of stepping up feels good to him, it goes successfully and he sees and it makes you very happy, the more that he'll want to do more of it. A lot of times men will resist responsibility, especially younger men, even though taking on responsibility is actually how the masculine feels most fulfilled in their life. And so they have to start seeing that, oh, stepping up feels good. Taking on responsibility feels good. And you have to help make that a positive experience for them and not something that they're just gonna be criticized for. Now, you also have to believe in him and he needs to feel like you believe in him. This is very important. Your partner is meant to be your biggest cheerleader. And if you want him to start stepping up, leading, taking action, he needs to know that you trust him to do it. You have to see his greatness and remind him of who he is. Again, a lot of men have just lost a lot of confidence these days. But if a man sees that you recognize all the things that make him amazing, all of his capabilities, all of his strengths, all of his potential, he's gonna start bringing those things out more. And I talked about the self-fulfilling prophecy in my last video, but the self-fulfilling prophecy is very important here. It's when a person's thoughts influence a specific outcome. But it also works where the way you think about someone greatly affects who they become. So if you think that your partner is incapable, he's lazy, he's a loser, you're gonna start treating him this way and he's going to become an incapable, lazy loser. If you treat your partner like he's so competent, he's so smart, he can do anything, he's talented, he's passionate, he's masculine, he gets stuff done, he loves to provide, it is much more likely that he will start acting that way. You have to start assuming that he wants to be in his masculine energy, that he loves to take care of you, that he can lead, that he can take action, and it'll start to happen. Another thing that is so important for helping your man step up is to have gratitude and appreciation for the things he does do or the things that he does start stepping up on, and let yourself be happy from that. Let him see that it makes you happy. If he's doing things, let's say he is starting to step up on certain things and all he gets is a sarcastic response, or you complaining about something else, or you saying, ugh, finally, or you just ignore the things that he does for you, you don't show that you're appreciative, it's not gonna encourage him to do more of it. It's gonna encourage him to do less of it. He's gonna start thinking, what's the point here? Here's the thing with healthy, strong, masculine energy. For the woman he loves, he will do pretty much anything as long as it's appreciated and that she is happy as a result. He wants to make your life better. Even if it doesn't look like it right now, he wants to make you smile. People don't talk about this enough, but being the masculine energy in a relationship, or even being the masculine role or leader in a family, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of responsibility. I wouldn't want to do that, but they will happily take on that stress for you, that pressure, if and only if it is genuinely appreciated and it makes you happy as a result. Healthy masculine energy wants to take the burden off of you, and I don't think we recognize how big of a deal that is. So I hope these different tips are helpful. These are the big things that you need to be focusing on, and I promise you, if you are consistent with this will really help to improve things. But remember, again, you can encourage him all you want. You can inspire him all you want. You can really lean back into your feminine energy, but you can't change him and you can't force him to move in a direction that he doesn't want to go. A relationship takes two people on the same page. And so you do also have to ask, does he just need a little bit of encouragement and confidence to step back into his masculine energy? Or are we just no longer compatible? Of course, none of this will work though if you don't know how to tap into your feminine energy. That is the most important part. So if that's something you struggle with, definitely go check out this video, 10 habits to increase your magnetic feminine energy. And I'll also link my feminine energy playlist below for you guys as well. So I will see you over there, or I will just see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.